Hi everybody, happy Aloha Friday. Today we're going to talk about oven roasting. And this is what we did for the first, I think, 2 or 3 years in our upstairs factory. Well, what we do is we start at a much higher temperature and we actually work our way down. So we preheat the oven to 300, we roast at 300 for a while, for about 5 minutes, then we're going to drop it down to about 275 for another 15 minutes, and we'll be tasting it along the way. This is now what we have in front of us. These are all beautiful beans. They've got this nice reddish color, which we tend to see in really good quality ferments and dries. Everything tastes good. Based on these flavors, that's how we're gonna do a roast. And so now I've already taken out all of the beans that had little chips out of them or were already in fragments or flats. And the reason we do that is because they're gonna burn, but it's also where pests may have gotten into the cacao. So those are out, and it's a lot easier to do that on a small scale when you're roasting 2 kilos at a time. Our trays are all nice and flat. The beans are all one layer. It's a perforated tray, and so this is what's gonna go into the oven. I'm gonna load this as fast as I can just because we don't wanna let much heat out. So this is the first one. Okay. Now I'm gonna add our timer. We're gonna do 5 minutes. We're gonna get some heat going on there, and then we'll take it down from here after the beep, and we'll be trying it after about 25 minutes. So this is not my favorite way of roasting just because you can't control a lot of things. It's roasting on a flat surface. If you wanna taste them, you gotta open the oven, all the heat spills out. But if there's no other option, this will roast good cacao. And we did this, for a couple of years, and we did just fine. It's just a capacity. You can only roast a few kilos at a time. As soon as you go to a coffee roaster, you're able to sample 1 bean at a time without affecting the temperature. Oven roasting is much higher numbers than you would normally think. Like in our coffee roaster, we would never go to 275. Everything would be scorched. But in this case, it might not even barely be cooked enough or roasted enough. So every machine is different. Ovens are way different than coffee roasters. You gotta just test it out and do it off of taste. Starting to get the brownie smell, which is really nice. The shell is starting to peel off really easy, but it's still in this phase. I call it the leather phase just because it's very leathery feeling. It's got a lot of moisture in it still. So it's getting there. I'd say we're about halfway done. Okay, so we're pretty much there. It's kind of on the borderline where it might be a little early, but they still continue to roast. So sometimes it's better to err on being early. It depends on the origin that you're working with. If you want more chocolate flavors out of them, you can err on the side of a little bit over. If you're under, you're gonna have more of the fruity, maybe cacao flavors coming out. But in this case, we're gonna stop it a little bit early. Texturally, it's still a little soft, and I like when it's more crunchy, but I think this is a good roast. You can see that we ended at 265. They don't look very different than when we put them in, but that's okay. Oven roasting is just different, and you just gotta do it to taste. So this is still how we do all of our test roasts. We'll roast for roughly half an hour, sometimes a little bit longer. We'll then go through all the same steps of making chocolate at a bigger scale, where we'll winnow and crush and grind it. We'll use the little stone grinders, and this gives us a really good idea if we're gonna wanna work with that origin or not and buy 3 times or 5 times or 1 ton, whatever it might be. But gotta do a test roast and make chocolate on a small scale first in order to really get an idea